Hi, good evening everybody, and welcome to another live stream from the bench with me, Ted, at the bench for eModels, emodels.co.uk. I would have had a little banner down there, but I forgot to set it up. Oh no, I didn't. No, hang on, it might be here. Yeah, there it is. eModels, emodels.co.uk. If you have any questions tonight, post them in the chat or send me an email. If you can't get along tonight for the chat and you want a question answered next week, send them along to me at, hang on, it's been a couple of weeks and I don't know if I've worked it out yet. Ted at eModels, emodels.co.uk. Send me a mail. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to disappoint a few of you tonight because I did expect or hope that Fox Wolf, model making guru, was going to be along with me tonight, and he said he was going to come along, but unfortunately last minute change of plan, he's got to dash out somewhere, so I haven't had a chance to have a chat with him, but I hope all's well, Fox, and when we can get together next week. Anyway, it leaves us a bit of time. Let me get rid of this so you can see what I'm talking about. It leaves us a bit of time to get on with some of the things. We can have a look on the bench. We could do something on there because there's been a great development for the U-boat this week. And we can answer one or two questions, have a bit of a chat, and we can all get across. Right, I'll go across and have a look who's come and joined us in chat, and I'll read a few out. We've got a good turnout tonight. Hopefully I keep you all entertained on my own. So Carl's in from Making Models. Hi Carl. Auto Boys, Cliff's here as well. Paul Miller, welcome Paul. And again Paul Stewart, good evening. I'm getting mixed up with all these Pauls now. After Paul 1, Paul 2. Phil East, welcome Phil. Matthew Birtles, welcome. Paul Stewart. Echo, any echoes tonight? Hopefully not. I think I've got it sorted, and we think we'd worked it out last week that the echo was down to a feedback on Fox's side. I'm blaming Fox anyway because he's not here. Paul Stewart says I've got his Gundam build all built now and he needs to take it apart again so he can paint the flipping thing. Well, yeah, that's it. That's one good thing that I have learnt about the Gundam. Mine's up here. You can't see him in shot now because it's a smaller shot when we're doing an OBS live stream, but mine's up there. But yeah, you can take them apart, put them all together. In fact, a lot of people, or Fox tells me, a lot of people, that's what they actually do. They'll build them, see how it all goes together, see what they can change, how they're going to paint it, then they'll just pop them apart again. TK, welcome TK. I hope you're not too exhausted tonight from all that gardening out in the fresh air. Right, move down a bit. Chatting amongst yourselves, that's brilliant. Paul, that's the U-boat. How's your U-boat coming on? His is going okay, and he's just come in from his man cave to watch the evening chat. Well, what you can do, if you get your iPad or even your phone, a lot of people, when we do these live chats, just have them working away in the background so they can listen to us chatting away, answering your questions, and they can just put their earbuds in and listen, and away they go. But welcome. Anyway, it's good to get in from the cave, have a brew, sit and watch this, put your feet up and get some ideas to go back in there with. Jeff Black, good morning from California. Well, good morning. Good evening from us here in the UK. It's a dark, dismal evening again, as it usually is in the UK. Chris Walters, hi there, welcome Chris, hope you're okay. That model bust, the German soldier of yours that you've been posting on the Facebook pages is fantastic, brilliant. James Beckham, welcome, hello. Right, we'll go down, well afternoon. First question from Ron Mack this evening. How do you, I guess that's how do you know when your airbrush is at the right PSI? Well, it's a bit of a trial and error. It's getting to know your airbrush and getting to know your compressor. Because and also giving a spray on some white paper or something like that, just to see that you're not getting any splatter. The airbrush is actually working and pushing the paint out. You've got it. Well, if you're using paint straight from the bottle. That's usually the easiest way to find the right pressure, just so you get a nice firm line. You can go in close without an overspray, and you can come back out and get a nice wide spray as well. It's so it doesn't splatter, get spiders' legs and things like that on it. There's loads of information, just to have a look on the YouTubes and things to get it really right. It's difficult to sort of explain it. But you'll know when it's right, it'll feel right. It's probably like I've mentioned a week or so ago about using your tools, and if your tools don't feel right in your hands, you can't use them properly. Practice, practice. Have a go, and the airbrush learning curve is steep, and then it'll level off at the top and you'll just crack it. That's how you get on. So I hope I've answered that for you, Ron. Just short and sweet as that, and it's pretty easy. Right, another Paul S. I'm known as Paul. This one Paul, or that one Paul. Don't Paul that. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of Pauls in chat. Can you please adjust your name so I don't have to many? Right, TK says he's tired. If you want to read the proper word that's in the chat. If you have joined us, by the way, on the eModels live link, that'll take you straight to the page, and you'll be able to see the stream, and you'll be able to listen in about what's happening. If you want to chat to us and you're wondering how you can post a question, if down here somewhere, is it over here somewhere, down here, there's a little logo with YouTube on it. If you click on that, it'll take you across to the YouTube, and you can join us in the chat, and that's you're most welcome. But feel free just to sit, watch and listen, and browse through the eModels website and see what there is. And if you do see anything, let me know what you've seen, and we'll see if we can talk about it. Right, Carl said he's covered in Starship filth. Yeah, well, that Starship filth is starting to land on our benches now. I haven't got any because I didn't order any, because I've already got some, and it lasts for absolute ages. Yeah, but we're all getting covered in the Starship filth. So brilliant. Right, Paul Stewart's going back to his trumpeter cheapy tank for the evening, working out how the hell to weather it. Trumpeter cheapy tanks in general are brilliant to work with, because you can practice to your heart's content. Give your tank a good coat of a varnish, and using the acrylics and such, or the oils. If you don't like it, you take it off again, start again. It's brilliant. Anyway, right, what are we going to do tonight? Well, as Fox hasn't joined us, I can now use the two, because I'm streaming this way, I can use the two cameras and take you over to the bench. I've also got a couple of slides that you can have a look at as to what's new in the eModels store this week. They've had a couple of new deliveries, and we'll have a look at them. I've got a couple of questions that have been sent through from the eModels website as well. We'll have a look at them, and we'll just have a good old chat and a get together and a sit back. We'll kick back and have a bit of fun. Right, what have we got this week? I did say, if you saw the post, there's some exciting news for the U-boat. And what is it? Well, it's a package that I have received from my model making magician. Sorry, not model making magician, I'm thinking of Fox. My lighting magician, which is Jennifer over at JS Miniatures. And it's a set of lights for the U-boat. Ron Mac, sometimes 20 psi can be a little bit low. Sometimes you need to push the paint out. Maybe try just adjusting your psi as to your use of your airbrush. Yeah, but as Ron Mac says there. Brilliant. Right, let's have a look. I'll take you across to the... Are we in focus? Sorry if I'm going to wobble you about a bit. That looks a little bit better. Right, I'm going to take you across to the workbench, and I'll show you some of these lights that we've got. We might even have a look at putting them into the U-boat. Right, let's go. Here we are. This is the package from... Well, this is one of two packages this is one of the 2 packages from Jennifer at Small Scale Lights, because I've also ordered a second set of lights which will change colour. These are a set of 6 volt nano chip LEDs. Nano chip LEDs are the same as surface mounted diodes, SMDs, just a different name, that's all. These have been adjusted with a resistor for 6 volts, so I can run them on 6 volts. It's because I'm going to use the submarine for display, and Jennifer recommends that we run them on 6 volts because we can take them out of a power pack, a larger power pack rather than 3 volts, and it's going to last a lot longer. So what are they? Right, here they are, tiny little things. I'm amazed about how small these things are. Now there's 15 of them here, and right on the end of here, I don't know if you could see it, right on the end of there, see those little yellow, they are the lights. That is them. Let's see how close I can get the camera to focus. Really, really tiny. And these are going to fit in here brilliantly because they are almost identical in size. Here we have, in this bag, I can't see it, in this bag here, that is actually a light fitting from a submarine. See how small it is? And this thing here is about the same size. So they're really going to hide. Right, let's connect one up. I love doing this bit. I can't wait till they come. I saw them on the website, that how small they were, but then when they came, it's outstanding. Right, so what we do, I'm just going to wire these together like this for now. Just give it a twist on there. Now remember, you're only working on 6 volts. If you decide to do any lighting on any of your models, if you're lighting any of your models, you're only working on battery voltage, so you've nothing to be scared of. You're not going to blow holes in the universe or anything like that. So watch, you've got this little light here, this little LED there, and bang, look at that, amazing. Now this is really going to light the submarine up. This is a warm white LED, and see the amount of light that it gives out there. It's trying to more white balance out as well, so probably the camera is going to start flickering shortly, but that's that. Now then, how do we go about fitting them into the submarine? Well, I was going to show this on the video, but why not do it live as is here? If you've been following my YouTube video on eModels about the U-boat build, you'll have probably saw in the last episode that I pointed out that on the top of the pressure hull was a number of indentations, and they correspond inside with the lighting. So the idea is there that, as I was thinking at the time, is that I imagine that either Trumpeter or somebody else are going to probably either have an aftermarket set, or they have plans somewhere that somebody else will fit them out. Right, that's just my computer telling me a load of rubbish. I don't know why it does that. Right, so how do we fit them? Well, easy. All we're going to do is take a drill. Doesn't need to be very big. I think the largest that I've got in here is about 1.6. If I can get it out. But do these things never work? Right, just while I'm doing this, I'll try and catch up on the chat as well. There are two links on eModels. We need to sort out which is which, because it's sometimes sending you around. Oh, hang on, excuse me a moment. That's better. Can't get the drill out because it's stuck in the bottom. Right. Yeah, there's a couple of links. We're going to need to really sort it out so you guys can get in here and chat and watch. Right. John Henley, he's building the 1/24th Typhoon using my videos as reference. Apart from the cockpit, mine has a slight dent. Do you mean the cockpit canopy, John? Originally, when the Typhoon first came into production, there was an issue with a crack in the canopy. Now, if yours has got a slight dent in it, I would probably be inclined to get in touch with Airfix and get them to send you another one. They're pretty good. When I had my complaint about the crack in the canopy, and one or two others did, they sent them straight out. There is a contact address for Airfix. I can't think of where you'll find it. Probably find it on the website. But it was just a matter of sending them an email, firing them email off, and they'll send you a replacement. But as for any other things to watch out for, nothing springs to mind. It's a brilliant model. Lots of work to be done in it. I would certainly recommend having a look around the YouTubes and the Facebook pages for the 1/24th Typhoon, because some people have done outstanding work on it and left more panels off than Airfix say you can. They've cut panels out because there's lots of detail that's hidden in there. But yeah, look, it's ever since I built mine, it's still upstairs. I've still got it. Since I built mine, there's been loads of improvements and developments on it from people out there, but it's brilliant. Anyway, let's have a look at getting at least one of these lights in tonight. So this one here, just check. I'm just going to check. I'm doing all this live, by the way. I haven't had a chance to pre-test one, so you're seeing it as it happens. Just a drill in there. I'm drilling slightly because I've already glued the light fittings in the torpedo room. I'm drilling slightly behind it, so I can probably leave the fitting in. The light fitting hopefully isn't going to drop off. No, that's that in there. That was a 1.6mm drill, and this light fitting is a little bit too big. Right, that's it. Right, needs to just, we could just adjust by just adjusting the angle of the drill. A little bit more. It was my intention when I started these live streams that I could probably supplement the video builds with showing you some of the work going on live on the live streams, but I get chatting to you lot, which I do enjoy. I get chatting to you lot, and before I know it, the time's gone. There we have the first light fitted in there. Now, because of the filaments on these nano chips, they're a very fine filament, right connected to the SMDs themselves, the chips themselves, and I wouldn't recommend, oh, you're out shot, I wouldn't recommend that you actually bend really close to the chip itself, because you're going to snap the wire off. It's very fine. After that, say about the first 1/4 inch. After that it becomes quite flexible and you can move the wires around. So James Backham asks again, what was the name of these LEDs? They are nano chip LEDs. These are warm white, and I've got a little resistor in there. I think it's in there. There's a little resistor that allows me to run these chips on 6 volts. You can do it without the chip, the resistor. I run them on 3 volts, a little 3-volt coin cell, but they probably wouldn't last just as long. Right, so that's the first one in there. Now what I'd do, I would run the cables along here. I haven't quite decided yet, I will either leave the cable as they are and just paint them, or I may take some small evergreen tubing and put them in pipe work, so it looks like there's pipe work running across the top of the superstructure, the pressure hull. So that's that one in there. Now then, there's another one in here. Do the same here. Watch this. So, welcome to Scale Model Jedi. Welcome. Road Hobby Corner. Welcome again. Alan Kelly says evening all. Yep, we're on with LEDs, Alan. We're going to actually have some lighting in this submarine. And we'll get some of this lit up and it'll be fantastic. Those of you that just joined me, you probably missed my apology right at the start that Fox is unable to join us tonight. So I won't be able to answer any questions on Gundam, I'm afraid. But we'll save them all up for him for next time. So hopefully that one will now fit in there. Yeah, we've got 2 of them in there. Now what we're going to do with these, we will join them in parallel, so that they take the same voltage from the batteries. There's a couple more lights to fit in here. There's another one here and one here. See, we've got them in there, and I'm looking myself, I can't actually see them because they're so small, so hopefully we've got them in far enough. Look for my wire strippers. And then it's just a simple matter of joining all the red wires together. This is just temporary, by the way. They will all be soldered. I'm going to solder these. You can connect them all together in a junction box, in a junction block, this type of thing. But just for speed, and because I can't wait to get and see how this looks, I'm going to wire them up. Right, so this is the power pack. There's 4 AAA batteries in there, giving us 6 volts. Oh, this is exciting. As I say, this is the first time I've done this. I haven't had a sneaky first go. This is live as you see it. Now, if you want to wait and see if everything bursts into flames, or the lights work. Oh yeah, see? Let's turn these lights out a minute, see if we can get any better light from there. Just turn the bench lights out. And there, there's a light just in the bunk here. I'm sure you could see that. and there's one just behind the tubes in here, and I think by the time we get the rest of them in, it's really going to add a bit of atmosphere in there. I chose the warm white ones because I wanted to give it that sort of tungsten type glow. Rather than a bright white light, I wanted to give it a yellowish type glow to that. Right, so that is how we're going to light the submarine. So hopefully you can join me and see me for the rest of it on the video in part 3, when we will be building, if you haven't seen this already, we will be building the front soldier living room, as Trumpeter call it. It's basically the officers' quarters with the the sonar room and the radio room, or the radio room and the sonar room and the radio. Never mind. That's what we're going to be on with. I was planning to get on with it this week, but after the live stream that I did last week, I thought I'd hang on and get the stuff from Jennifer at JS Miniatures, and get these lights out. Right, let's put that across there. Right, that's how my head work. Right, let's go back. Here we are. Right, where are we? So I hope you like that. That's just a little bit of how the lights are going to go on this, and I've said that I've got some still to come. The next section, the next compartment to build after this one will be the control room. Control room, that's where they steer and dive the ship, periscopes and everything like that, and that room has a lighting system in it where they change to white lights to red lights. So I've been in touch, and the lights that are coming next are bicolour LEDs with a little changeover switch to switch them. So that'll be pretty good fun, and we'll show you that. Right, let's just catch up on the chat, and then we'll move across to a couple of questions that I've got on. Right, thank you very much, people. Yeah, Alan Kelly, yeah, we do have the toilet. There is the toilet. And we have a man to go on the toilet. Yep, submarines, that's better Crimson Tide or Hunt for Red October. Yep, rig for red. The lights were not that expensive, Paul. They're a couple of £1 each. It depends how many you want to fit. There are 15 white lights in this, and I think there are 5 bicoloured lights, so 20 lights in all throughout the submarine. They'll all add up. But if you have a look for Jennifer at JS Miniatures and send her an email, she's a really helpful lady. Right. Right, I'll just try to catch up with you all on chat. Are they white to red or red to white? Yeah, well, depends what you want to do. Yeah, I understand on submarines now, whether or not they did it during the war, I understand there may be some submariners that are out watching this or be able to comment on, correct me or not. I understand that now that submarines, they actually change the red lights during the darkness hours, although they're underwater. It's just to keep the body clock going and correct that you're not living under constant daylight. So that they change the red light during the darkness hours, so that there is a difference between day and night. Whereas from what I've read and what I've been told, the U-boat just rig for red when on the surface or running with a periscope up, because a red light is harder to see in the darkness than a white light. A white light will just flash out like a lighthouse. Right. Questions. You'll have to excuse me. I've got the questions on my phone somewhere, I hope. Lex, are you in tonight, Lex? Question from Lex. Often I see models with extra scratch built details, and very often with stunning results. It seems to me that compromises have to be made at some point when you have a serious condition of OCD, how do you know where limits are for miniaturization? And he hopes that you can join us tonight. If you are in, Lex, say hi. How far do you take it for miniaturization, and how far do you go? I think that's a basic of your question there, Lex. You can go as far as you want, and sometimes, hopefully my French is correct, it's all sometimes just trompe-l'oeil. Is that trompe-l'oeil? Does anybody speak French? It's just a matter to trick the eye. I haven't got the zen and the slow heartbeat that some of these Japanese have for making detail. Some of these guys are carving spacemen into the end of pencil leads, and adding detail. Yeah, it's knowing when to stop, because if you add tiny detail to one, if I was to add tiny detail to this part, I would then have to continue to this part, and then if I did that part, I'd have to add detail to the next part, because if you add detail in some places and leave it out of others, the sparseness of the missing detail will get missed. Do you understand what I mean? Alan Kelly said he's been working on a zombie dio and he's going too far. Yeah, it's a matter of knowing when to stop, knowing that you've done enough. And I just love dios when people do dios, and every time you look at them you see something else. I think that is fantastic, and I think the railway modelers are fantastic at that, because they have such a vast array of, they have such a vast scene that they can build on. You can look in shop doorways and you can see people. You can look under railway wagons and see a chicken or a cat, a model making chicken. Yeah, it's knowing when to stop. It's when you're happy with it, that's when you stop. But sometimes, like if you saw in the Oshkosh when I built the radio, if you have a look at a picture of the real radio, you'll maybe notice it has 12 buttons on the front. But when I built the radio in the Oshkosh, it's only got 6 or something like that, because you're just making a representation of it. If you really want to take it extreme, yeah, you could put 12 buttons on it, but it's just to give that impression that it's there, and people will just glance at it. Yeah, that's how it goes. So yeah, Alan, you decide when you want to build, when you want to finish your zombie dio. And Lex, thanks for the question. It's really up to you. When is enough? TK says blue or light with blue in it makes the brain alert, so other than night vision, the sleep cycle will be distorted. Yeah, maybe that's why on Das Boot, if you watch the video of Das Boot, you'll see, I'm sure I've seen on that in the engine room they switched to blue. Why? I don't know. Right, next question. Let's find the next question. There have been a few questions. Right. Right. Here's one from Scruffy Pup. Hi again. Sorry, excuse me while I'm reading this. He says, hi Ted, I see from your videos on eModels and Skipper Ted, that's the YouTube channel, so that you have been a policeman, an electrician, and currently a delivery van driver for Tesco. Have you had any other employment through your working life? Oh, nice question. Yeah, I haven't had, other than the ones you've mentioned, I haven't actually had any other jobs since leaving school. When we left school here in Barrow, where I live, it was sort of almost a given that you followed in your grandfather's footsteps, and you went into the shipyard. There wasn't sort of interviews or anything like that these days. You just filled in a form at school, said what you wanted to be, and if you got the right grades in your exams, that's what you ended up doing. And I was fortunate enough to get the selection that I chose, and that was to be an electrician. So I spent the first 11 years of my working life straight from school training to be and becoming an electrician in the shipyard. From then, it was about the time that Trident was starting to build, and things were changing in the shipyard. I decided on a change of career and spent the next 25 years as a policeman, a British Bobby for you Americans. And then after that, I took a year out after retiring from the police, took a year out, went travelling, and then just sort of became a little bit bored, driving the wife mad, and I became a delivery driver. Just a couple of hours, bit of part-time work, just out and about, driving around the beautiful Lake District here in the UK, delivering shopping. That's what it's happened. So no, I haven't had anything else. It's one of these things that you're doing a job and you always, you get out and about in the world and you think, oh, I wish I'd have known that job was there first. I'd have gone and done that. But we follow our path. Right, so that's that one. So that was to Scruffy Pup. Thank you very much for your question. Go back to chat, have a look, see what's in there. Alan Kelly, Phil East says he's planning to make his first attempt at a diorama. Plenty to learn before he gets started. Have a look around, Phil. Don't take on something too ambitious. Just add little bits. Depends what we want to do, what the subject is. Sometimes you can find a reference, you can find an actual photograph that you want to recreate, which is often a good idea, and I've seen many modelers do that to good effect. Carl says the first one he made for his Churchill, he built a stone wall from scratch, but never again. Yeah, you get to learn, you think, right, I built that, it was very good, I like it, but I'm never going to do it again. Yeah, Paul Stewart says his first dio is just 2 bits of foam core glued together. Yeah, if you watch Fox Model Making Guru's eModels video, for the striker, he built a striker into a dio, and if you go and watch that video, it's got some fantastic ideas how to work with foam core. If you don't know what foam core is, it's like a polystyrene sandwiched between 2 layers of plastic. Brilliant stuff for working with. Have a look at, after this show, go and have a look at the YouTube. Just search Striker on eModels, and hopefully it will come up with that dio. Some great work. He was thinking so Phil is thinking of doing a desert dio, so lighting will hopefully not be an issue. That's fine. Road Hobby Corner, it's great to see a full model in detail, but is it also an art to make and paint the model like it is in the box? I'm not quite sure what you mean there. I think a lot of people get hung up on detail and paint colours and all sorts of other finer points. This is your hobby, it's your enjoyment, it's your model. If you want to paint it pink with blue spots, do it. If it's the wrong shade of uniform grey on one of your troops, who cares? Have you enjoyed building it? That's all that matters. Unless you were going into entering competitions, when you might get a mark deducted because it's the wrong uniform grey, I wouldn't worry about it. Do it, enjoy it. if you haven't got the right shade of grey on your shelf, use the one you've got, or put a little bit of black or white into it just to round it up, but don't worry about it. Right, where I got no, TK, I haven't done any gardening. In fact, I used to do gardening because we used to have an allotment. If those of you in the UK know what an allotment is, if you don't, it's just a patch of ground that you rent off the council to grow vegetables and things. That's where Model Making Chicken came from. She was on the allotment. I was never successful at growing vegetables. I was very successful at growing weeds, and for the amount of work and effort that goes into growing vegetables, you might as well go to the supermarket and buy them, in my opinion. Alan Kelly, don't mention gardens to his is flooded. Yeah, that's what used to happen to my allotment. Every winter it would flood, so from about October to March, April, couldn't get near it, so it was a waste of time. But now I'm trying to move house, trying to find a house without a garden, so I don't even have to cut the lawn. Pinterest, Matthew Brittle says, Pinterest, I have some awesome dioramas to go and look at. Yeah, have a look round Tinternet, have a look round and see what they've got. Some brilliant ideas out there. Yep, Paul Miller said add fish and call it a water garden. Good idea. The RAF had pink painted Spitfires in World War II, says Paul S. Yes, they did. And I think they were quite successful. Were they the high altitude reconnaissance ones? I'm not sure. That's it. Oh, boys. Phil says they were for reconnaissance. Right, let's have a look what's new in eModels this week. I've got a couple. I was browsing Tinternet the other day and it pops up on the screen what's new in eModels. Just a couple of, I've just picked up a couple of slides just to show what's new in the store this week. And the first one is this. It's the 1945 King Tiger, and you see on the bottom there that it's got the Ammo logo on. Now it seems that Ammo have gone into collaboration with Takom. I think it's Takom, and they've brought out this 1/35th scale King Tiger. So it says it's available in two versions: the March 1945, the last version, or the July 45 project. I'm just going to try and see if I can find a little bit more detail on it. Yep, Ammo by Big Jimenez is proud to present this new line of plastic kits, the 2-in-1 Tiger from 1945. It's the first model, it's in the range of models devised by Big Jimenez in collaboration with the prestigious model manufacturer Takom. So brilliant. From what I've heard from Tony over at Heligan 35, Takom kit he's got of the Chieftain tank is outstanding. So it can be built in two versions. The version incorporated for the 45, which entered production with a turret completed by Wegmann in 45. And then further on there was a proposed model in July, perhaps a what if, never entered production, but you can build it from the box in that version itself, and that's only an outstanding price of $53.99. Now for a Takom kit, a 135 and a King Tiger, I think that's a pretty awesome model. Right, let's get back to where we were. And they do have plenty in stock, or they did, because there's our John with a whole armful of them. And yeah, that's not a set of box on legs, that's John. Right, I'm just trying to find your chat. I've lost it. I lost you all. Yep. Carl said he's heard nothing but good things about the ammo models. Yeah, I think if they're in collaboration with Tacom, and I think Mig Jimenez is the type of guy that just wouldn't pick any company to put his name to. I'm sure he's done his research, and I'm sure he's probably worked with them himself. And yeah, I think he's got onto a good thing there. But the number for that is 8500. So if you just search Tiger and you look for hashtag 8500, you should be able to find it. But at 53.99, brilliant. And the next one for you wingy likers, you guys that like the wingy things. This has been in stock. It's the 148 Tiffy by Edward. I didn't pick it because it had a similar sounding name, but it's the limited edition 148 Tiffy. Now the 148 scale, Airfix one, great model as we mentioned earlier. Yeah, it's a great model. Now if you had Edward doing this, I'll just see if I can find some details on it for you. It's probably going to have lots of bits. It's a scale kit of the Typhoon Cardo version, so that's a slightly earlier version than the Airfix kit. It's by Hasegawa. It's got 6 decal options from the cartograph, so they're going to be a good set of decals. PA parts, yes, and it also includes painting masks, so that's an advantage in itself. And also with resin parts, got wheels and exhaust stacks. If you want to see some more or another picture of it, you can go along to the eModels website and have a look. It's number 1131. I'll find you all again, hang on a moment. And the price of that one, for all them parts, for a 145 Tiffy, and all those extra parts from Edward, is £30.59. Remember, it's a limited edition, so it's not going to last long. When it's gone, it's gone. Right, back to me. That was easy. That was easier than I thought it was. I thought I was going to get through half of that and then just lose it completely. Because what I do, I nip across to the eModels webpage and have a look at it on there. So if you want to find it, that's where they are. I'll try and do that every week from now on, if I'm not talking to Fox, because it's easier to show you things when I've got this setup going, the OBS. And we could have a look at the bench as well. I'll try and do that and show you what's coming up new in store. That's if you like that idea. I've lost the chat again. Sorry folks, I can't see what you're saying to me. Hang on. Right. Right, so people are asking for eModel stickers. Yeah, I did send out an eModel sticker last week. Right, I'll choose one person each week and I'll send them until I run out of stickers. I haven't got an endless supply, but I'll have a word with Peter and we'll get an eModel sticker out. And without looking, right, who's fastest button on the finger? Who's fastest finger on the button? Who wants an eModel sticker? First one to say yes. And TK Models, me, he was the first one. I will send him an eModel sticker. Oh, right, TK, an eModel sticker is on its way to you. Okay. Yeah. Paul Stewart, can you send me if you want an eModel sticker, put a little note on your order. If you're ordering from eModels, can I have a sticker? And we'll see what we can do. I can't promise. I haven't spoke to Peter. Sorry Peter, if you're watching this, I'm just probably causing you tons more work. But we'll see what we could do. Right. So right, I shall slip an eModel sticker into the post for TK. Well done. Right, okay. Right, where are we off to? Any more questions out there? We've got about 5 minutes left for this hour. An hour goes so quickly. I enjoy talking to you lot. Ron Mack said he'd rather have an eModels gift voucher. Yep. Stroop Waffle, it's Stroop Waffle Power, says TK. If you haven't been on the in thing, rustling pipe. If you haven't been on the ongoing joke with on the Boom Hub or the Facebook pages, Stroop Waffles, that's the name of the game. If you're not powered by Stroop Waffles, if you're not powered by Stroop Waffles, yeah, you ain't got the energy. So yeah, that's how TK won. Stroop Waffle power. Right. Well, I've lost the chat again. I keep clicking buttons here and I lose what everybody's saying. Right. Has anybody out there anything else they want to bring up? Making models. He says he loves Stroop Waffles. Unfortunately, his blood sugars don't. Yeah, in moderation. Now, I did notice in Marks and Spencer's today, if you have a Marks and Spencer's in your town or nearby, other department stores are available. You can buy tiny Stroop Waffles, and I'm guessing if you like Carl and you've got a bit of a sugar problem, Stroop Waffles, small Stroop Waffles in moderation. Right. How many calories? How many calories in a Stroop Waffle? Is this silly question of the week? How many calories in a Stroop Waffle? I forgot the silly question in my way of rabbiting on. Energy, 1,916 joules. That's 457 calories. Does that say per Stroop Waffle? 10 servings, 10 Stroop Waffles, 457. So 45 calories per Stroop Waffle. Yeah. Ron Mac, can you use acrylic and enamels together on the same model? Yes, you can. Provided that you let which way around did it used to go? Yep. Enamels will go on top of acrylics, but acrylics won't sit happily on top of enamels unless you really let them go off. So just be careful, let your enamels really flash off, let the products go off first, and then you can gingerly apply acrylics over the top. Oh boys, Cliff says, what happened to the eModels discount code? I don't know, I'll have to get back in touch with Peter about that. He did promise us, didn't he? We'll get on to him about that, because we like to give you guys something back. Right, TK says 50,000 per waffle. Yeah, it depends how quick you eat them. Yeah, and 10 servings, is that 10 packs? Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's right. I've lost track. Yeah, enamels over acrylics, they'll go that way. Yeah, enamels will go easily over acrylics, the other way around. Just take it a bit more gingerly, try them out first, but it will go. I have done it, and it sometimes works. Sometimes if you try it too soon, it'll crackle. It's like the crackle glazing they do on furniture. It'll go off. Hi, Bobbington. Evening to you. Just before we go, where does everybody come from? Where is everybody? You guys are in chat. I'm here in the UK. I know one or two of yous are abroad in America. I know that TK's in the Netherlands. Where are you all from? And then I get an idea. Clarksville, Ohio, says Stephen Hill. Yeah, so hi Ted, Clarksville, Ohio calling. A basement flooded a few days ago. I'm sorry to hear about that, Steve. A bunch of kits were floating in their boxes. will the manufacturer supply me with new decals if I ask nicely? Certainly worth a try. Explain what happened, and have a go. There's no harm in asking. If you can't get decals, if that's the main concern, if you can't get them, put the word out. Put it around the Facebook, particularly Facebook. Go into some of the modelling forums, and some of the guys are really helpful, and they'll try and replace them. I hope you get it all sorted. Right, so where's everybody else at? Right, Alan Kelly's in Preston. That's not too far away. Sergeant Bones is in Fulda, Germany. Hello from Stefan, Germany. Welcome. How are you getting on with that model? Hope it's going all right for you, Stefan. David Hunter is in Ayrshire in Scotland. That's not too far away either. Ron Mack says, I'm from Manchester, England. You don't know Fox, do you? Do you know Fox? He lives in Manchester. That's what used to happen to me when I was, as we mentioned earlier, when I was a policeman. People would say, what do you do? And if I was in the right mood, I'd actually tell them. Otherwise, I'd just say I work for the government. They wouldn't speak to me then. I'm a policeman. Oh, my brother's a policeman. He works in Manchester. Do you know him? Yeah, no, I'm afraid I don't know him. Bob Bobbington is from Hearts in UK. Phil East in York. I like York. Yeah. I'm over here on the west coast of England, southwest, in South Cumbria. So York, lovely place to visit. Rob Hodwick, Belgium. Yep, I know where you are. Joe, Bakersfield, California. Lovely, yeah. Nice and sunny over there, is it, Joe? Paul Stewart, London. Yep. Everybody, if the south of Watford comes from London. James Backman, UK, Stoke-on-Trent. So you're not too far from eModels. Yep. Drop in. Buy stuff, or they'll welcome you. Stefan, yeah, he's in Munich. I've never been to Munich. I always have. Isn't there a model show in Munich? Never mind. Orange Herbert, welcome Orange. Hi Ted, first time here down near Cambridge. Yeah, welcome. Cambridge, I went there once on holiday. That's Morse Country and Oxford, Cambridge. Paul S, Bournemouth, South Coast, UK. Wife wants to go to Bournemouth, never been. Chesterfield, Derbyshire. It's Matthew Birtles. Chesterfield. The sofa country. Kev Lotzer, Chicago, Illinois. Adam P, Chicago, Illinois. That two of you two can get together. Kent says Cliff. Adam P says hello Kevin. Right, Stoke, living in Scotland. Yes, I did see that about you, Carl. You had moved from Stoke, now living in Scotland. Gaz Wilcox, Nottingham, England. Perhaps we should get everybody's mentioning Stroop waffles now. Perhaps we should get Peter to get some eModels branded Stroop waffles. Right, okay, and the hour's gone already. So great to see that Orange Herbert, there's about 70 miles between Cambridge and Oxford. Didn't seem that far when I was down here, but yeah, about 70 miles. Yeah, is that on the canal in one of them punts? Right. Right. Anyway, an hour's gone. An hour flies by. And it's been great having you. I only just got cramp. Ow. Ow. I just took my leg underneath my chair and I immediately got hit by cramp. I won't be doing that again. Ow. Never mind. Right. Right. I have enjoyed seeing you along tonight. I hope you liked the little bit on putting the lights in the submarine, because it was a bit of an experience for me because I didn't know how it was going to go. I've now got to go and sort out how I'm going to glue them in and continue with the rest and then solder them all up. I'll be showing perhaps a little bit more detail about them in part 3 of the video, which I have started. I did the introductions and things, but then put the rest off until I got this delivery for the lights. Ow, got cramp. Ow. So I'm going to go off and have a cup of tea and a stroop waffle, and then I shall belt on with getting this part 3 of the video out. And once again, I apologise that Fox couldn't be with us tonight, but something a little bit more important took him away. He does send his apologies, and I'm sure we'll see him next time. Carl, yeah, hot glue gun, that's an idea, because I don't want anything. He says a hot glue gun for fixing the lights, which is quite a good idea, because I don't want anything too, I don't want to make them sort of brittle. Super glue or something could be too brittle for them, and obviously plastic glue isn't going to do the job anyway. But yeah, I never thought of a glue gun. I do have one in the drawer. Right. The time is now 9:05 here in the UK, and it's time for me to call it a night for this hour. Hope you've liked it. If you've any questions, as I say, you can send me them to Ted at emodels.co.uk about anything you've seen online tonight. Drop me a line. If you've anything about what you've seen on the eModels website, you can drop those guys a line. Turn that one off, or turn that one off, and turn that one on. You can drop the guys a line, use the contact form on their webpage, and they'll get back to you. You can phone them, but you may not get an answer straight away, because those guys are really busy in the store, packaging the orders and getting them out to you, because they don't want you to be waiting any longer than necessary. Yeah, you can, as I say, mail me at any time, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Usually what I try to do, if you do send me an email about the live stream, I do try to get back to you and answer it as well, just in case you miss the live stream. But if you do miss the live stream, you can always pick it up again on the YouTube channel for eModels. Ron Mac, can I lend him a tenner? I was going to ask you that. Can I lend Ron Mac a tenner? I was going to ask Ron Mac for a tenner. Send it, you can PayPal it. Right. Right. Where are we going to go? Let's have a look at the goodbyes. Another great catch up, says Cliff for the Hawk Boys. Hot Gun says making models. Small world building 112th F1 model here. Is that Formula 1? Thanks, Ted. See you next time, says TK. I will get that eModels sticker sent out to you. Somebody clicked the thumb down button, says Ron Mac. That's fine, doesn't bother me. Dave Hunter, bye Dave. And Alan Kelly, see you all next week. Right, anyway, my stroop waffle is getting soggy, my tea is getting cold, so it's time to call it a night. So goodbye everybody, goodbye from me, goodbye from the guys at eModels. Remember, if they haven't got it, you probably won't need it. So bye everybody. Bye. See you next time.